everyone, and welcome or welcome back to my channel. It's the last day of the month today, so you know what that means. It means it's time to pick my TBR using my TBR jar. So today we are going to be picking September's TBR. I'm so excited for it to be September, to go into autumn. I'm an autumn girly. First of all though, don't let the jumper fool you. It's literally still like 22 degrees outside, so it's warm for about to be September in England, but that's fine. Hopefully the weather will cool down soon and we can have rainy days, cozy days, and that is what I'm going to be picking my TBR based on, is the autumn vibe, I think, or hopefully anyway, if the prompts are kind to us. I have actually redone the TBR jar. I took out every single prompt, remade them all and put them back in. Some of them are the same as ones we've had before, but some of them are different as well. I just did it because the TBR jar, it just needed a refresh. Like, we were picking the same prompts, the prompts were dusty, we just needed a refresh. So I think there's like about 30 prompts in here. Like I said, some are new, some are old. We're not even going to talk about August TBR because I just don't want to talk about it. I read one book, so forget that. I don't know how many we're going to pick today, either 6, 7 or 8. We'll just see. We'll see where the video takes us. Prompt 1 for September is, drumroll please, I'm scared. I also didn't fold the prompts up that much, so it's kind of harder to get them separate, but here we go. Oh, okay, this is fun. Prompt 1 is a number in the title. This is harder than I thought. At first I was really scared because I thought I had no options, but then after some digging I found I actually have quite a few. So I'm just going to quickly run through the options. We have The 7-Year Slip, that's been on my TBR about 10 times. Marriage for One by Ella Mays. Binding 13 by Chloe Walsh. 13 Ways of Looking at a Fat Girl by Mona Awad. One Dark Window by Rachel Gillig. And then also One for My Enemy by Olivia Blake. Most of the books have one in, I've realised, for a number in the title. I honestly, as soon as I saw One Dark Window, I was like, I really want to read that one. However, I'm also really considering One for My Enemy as well. I don't know much about it. It says, in New York City, 2 rival witch families fight for the upper hand. Okay, so it's fantasy. That's good. I like that. Okay, this one, I'm obviously guessing it's Enemies to Lovers. This one I think is like a dark fantasy. I've heard that it's really, really good. And I feel like this one is such an autumn book. All I know is that it's about this girl who meets like a highwayman, and that's all I know, and that it's dark. I think I'm gonna go with One Dark Window. I just feel like that's perfect for autumn. Yeah, I'm choosing One Dark Window. I feel like I want to pick 8 books. Is that toxic of me? Okay, prompt number 2 is... That one took way longer than I thought. I've already been filming for 10 minutes and we've done 1 prompt. Oh my god, we're getting all the title ones. The next one is A Colour in the Title. Okay, I also found quite a few options for this one as well. So first we have Rouge by Mona Awad. This is obviously a French colour, but that's fine, it still means red. I was really excited to read this when I first got it, and then I just never read it. I do love Mona Awad books. Then we also have Yellow Face by R.F. Kuang. I'm really scared to read that, I'm not gonna lie. Then we have Gold by Raven Kennedy. That's the 5th book in the Plated Prisoner series. When I read this series, because I read them pretty much all the first 4 back to back until this one was a hardback and I wanted the paperback, so I waited. But when I read the first 4, I read them back to back and loved them. But it's been a while, so I'm a bit scared to go into that one, and also it's so long, but I do remember that these were really, really fast. Now, I don't know if Garnet is actually a colour or if it's just a gem. But we have Garnet Flats by Daphne Perry. Then I have Red Queen by Victoria Aveyard, or Aveyard. Then we have The Power of the Orange Tree by Samantha Shannon. Then we also have The Scarlet Veil by Shelby Mahurin. I just bought this one like literally the other day and I really do want to read it. All these books that I've picked out for this one really long, so that's terrifying. I feel like I want to save The Power of the Orange Tree for November. I have 2 weeks off in November and I just feel like I need to read this when I have time to like sit down and focus on it, so I might ignore that one for now. Red Queen is a good option. I feel like Garnet Flats is cheating because that's a gem rather than a colour. Correct me if I'm wrong. Gold would be good to continue that series, but I don't know. I don't know what to do here. I feel like it's between these two. What do I do? This one's like 350 pages, maybe 400, and this one's like over 600. I wish someone was here telling me what to pick. I'm gonna pick gold so that I can continue this series. I feel like that's the smart choice rather than starting a new series. I'm gonna pick gold. Okay, prompt number 3 is... Also, I did just drop this jar on the floor. So that was fun. Oh my god, okay. We got colour generator. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to spin a wheel spinner full of colours, and then whatever colour it lands on, I have to pick a book that the cover is predominantly that colour. Okay, I have a colour wheel up and we're just going to spin and see what we get. Okay, we got green. Green? Do I even have green books? Okay, we have less options for this one. The first option we have is Jade City by Fonda Lee. Then we have Collide by Bal Cabra. And then we have Middle of the Night by Riley Sager. These are all very green. These two have exactly the same vibe, in my opinion. This one's a thriller, this one's a fantasy, and this one is a romance. Now, we do already have 2 fantasies on the TBR, so I think I'm going to rule out Jade City for now. And then it's between Collide and Middle of the Night. Collide, one might argue, is more mint, but that's a shade of green, so, you know, it counts. This one's about 380 pages, Collide is. It's like a hockey romance. I haven't read a romance in a while. But then we have Middle of the Night. I've heard mixed reviews about Middle of the Night, but I feel like Riley Sager is really like one of those authors that you either love or you hate, and I've loved both of the books I've read by him so far. And I said I wanted like autumn reads, and this is giving autumn to me, whereas this, I don't know, it doesn't give autumn to me as much. So I am going to choose Middle of the Night by Riley Sager. Okay, prompt 4 is this one. This one says the title features you, I, or me. I'm going to allow like all variations of this, like my, me, you, I, us, like anything like that. Any, I don't know what that type of word is called, but you know what I mean. Oh my god, okay, there were a lot more options here than I expected. I feel like I've said that for every single one. We have Say You Swear by Megan Brandy. Then we have My Killer Vacation by Tessa Bailey. Honestly, considering unhauling all Tessa Bailey books, so I don't know if this is something I'm ever going to want to read. If there's any Tessa Bailey books that are worth reading before I unhaul them all, please let me know, because I just haven't had great luck with Tessa Bailey in the past. So yeah, just let me know if there's any Tessa Bailey books that you think I should read to give her a second chance as an author. Then we have Over My Dead Body by Maz Evans, which I think is like a comedic thriller or comedic mystery. This was like, I bought this like maybe a year ago, and I think it was like the Waterstones book of the month at the time, about a year ago. That's why I picked it up. It says Miriam Price has been murdered and she's absolutely furious about it, so I think she's a ghost. So yeah, there's that one. Then we have Only When It's Us by Chloe Leese, which is a romance. Again, no idea what it's about, but I love the names of the characters, Ryder and Willa. It looks like she's a footballer. Okay, it seems like it's like there's a rivalry between them. I think they're both in the same class, so it's like a college romance, I think. And it's the first in a series. Okay, that actually sounds quite good. I was going to write that one off, but that sounds quite good. Then we have You by Caroline Kepnes. This is the first book in the You series, based on the TV show. I do really want to read this. I love the show and I do want to read the books. But I don't know, I'm scared. I'm scared I won't like it because I've already watched the show. Like, I don't want that to like, I don't want it to annoy me because I already know what's going to happen. Then we have Before We Were Strangers, which was on last month's TBR that I didn't read. And then we also have My Dark Romeo by Parker S. Huntington and LJ Shen. This is a dark romance. The cover's stunning, but I've heard really bad things about it, so that's terrifying. Also, this is like a 500-page book. I don't know. I've heard really bad things about this. I do want to read it, but I'm scared. I'm not going to put Before We Were Strangers back on the TBR yet, because like I said, I didn't read it last month, and I don't think my mood has changed. So I think it's between Only When It's Us and You. We don't have a romance yet, and that sort of fits the vibe. There's sort of a black and green vibe going on. Okay, never mind. Ali Hazelwood, Helen Huang and Christina Lauren have all blurred this. I'm going to put this on the TBR. I'm definitely going to choose 8 because I'm having too much fun to stop at 6. So, prompt 5, recommended to me. So, I'm going to do, like, I'm not going to do recs from, like, BookTok recs or Bookstagram recs or anything like that. I'm going to choose a book that someone has specifically told me that I need to read, like, someone I know has personally told me. So, I have a few books that have been recommended to me recently. Let's see. So, from Josh on TikTok, I'll link his TikTok in the description. He's asked me to read any Beth O'Leary book, and I own 4 Beth O'Leary books and haven't read a single one, so I could choose any of those. Also, Red Rising, he's recommended to me a lot, and also he gifted me Daughter of No Worlds by Carissa Broadbent, which to me is a wreck. My question is, if anyone knows, is Daughter of No Worlds set in the same world as The Serpent and the Wings of Night? I think I do want to stick to a book that I own physically. So for Beth O'Leary books, I have The Flatshare and The Switch, and then I also have The Road Trip and The No Show. Again, I've not read a single one of these books. I don't know what book is giving autumn though. The covers give me summer vibes, and I don't want to read a summery book. I'm not going to pick one of those. I kind of want to pick Red Rising, but I don't have a physical copy. I only have it on Kindle, which is annoying. I think I'm going to put Daughter of No Worlds on for this prompt because he gifted it to me, so I feel like that's the right choice to make. So yeah, I don't know, again, I don't know if this is in the same world as The Serpent and the Wings of Night, but Carissa Broadbent is the same author, and I'm pretty sure that this is on Kindle Unlimited as well. So, okay, we're very fantasy heavy at the moment on this TBR. Prompt number 6. Prompt 6 is a book you've been putting off. That one's really upsetting. I actually have 2 options for this. First, I thought it was quite obvious, The 7 Year Slip by Ashley Poston, because again, I've put this on like at least 3 of my monthly TBRs and haven't read it yet because I don't know why. I think the hype is just so, it's just so hyped up that I'm terrified that I'm not going to enjoy it. But then also we have Archer's Voice by Mia Sheridan. I've had this book for maybe 3 years, honestly. I bought it like when I first got into reading, and I still haven't read it because I've heard that it's sad. So I've just been putting it off for 3 years because I'm scared. But obviously I've heard great things, like everyone loves this book that reads it, but that's terrifying. I am going to go with The 7 Year Slip because also this cover does sort of give autumn to me. Correct me if I'm wrong. But this one actually fits the prompt because I've been putting it off on every single TBR that I do. So we're going with The 7 Year Slip. Okay, prompt 7. Oh my god, why do I do this to myself? Prompt 7 is over 500 pages. I wish I didn't choose this prompt, but I did. So we could either choose When the Moon Hatched by Sarah A. Parker. I'm pretty sure this was on either last month or the month before's TBR as well, and I didn't read it. Then again, we could choose The Scarlet Veil by Shelby Mahurin. I think this is a vampire book, but I don't actually know. I don't know, I'm pretty sure it is though. Or I could be strategic and choose Queen of Shadows by Sarah J Maas. If you don't know, me and Jemima from Jemima Rose are planning on, oh no, we have been buddy reading the Throne of Glass series, and I still need to finish Heir of Fire, but then the next book is Queen of Shadows, and I could choose this so that we can reread it, or I can reread it this month and Jemima can read it. I really should choose this one, but I'm not going to. We might still buddy read it this month, but it just depends on if we're both ready physically and mentally. The Scarlet Vial is 620 pages, and then When the Moon Hatched is 541 pages, I think. All the books that I wanted to put on this month's TBR I haven't been able to get on, and all of those books are less than 500 pages, so that's really, really upsetting. I'm choosing When the Moon Hatched. We're putting this one back on, even though I didn't read it before. We're putting this one back on. 8th prompt. This one's so good. As you can see, I'm really creative. Just autumn. So this is just a book that to me feels like autumn. It just matches the vibe. 2 of the books I wanted to get on this month's TBR are Lightlark and The Hunted Heir. I feel like fantasy in general gives me autumn vibes. Lightlark definitely gives me autumn vibes. I don't know if The Hunted Heir does. Then also very much giving me autumn vibes is Bewitched by Laura Thalassa, which is also a new purchase of mine. Oh, I feel like I need to not put another fantasy on here though. Okay, actually I know exactly what I'm going to choose for this. Again, I still didn't get all the books I wanted to on this TBR, but let's be real, I'm probably going to deviate from it anyway. The final book I'm going to pick is All In by Jennifer Lynn Barnes, which is the 3rd book in the Natural series. The Naturals very much gives autumn and winter vibes to me. This series is just so cozy, so wholesome. It's literally like YA Criminal Minds. It's so good. If you don't know, it's about these a group of teenagers who have abilities, not like supernatural, they're just good at stuff, and they work with the FBI to solve crimes. We're going to do All In. We have 4 fantasies, 2 thrillers and 2 romances on this month's TBR. There's no way these books are all going to be read this month. This is the TBR. It's huge. I'm going to try and remember what they all were for. So for number in the title we have One Dark Window. Then colour in the title we chose Gold by Raven Kennedy. For the colour generator we got green, and I chose Middle of the Night by Riley Sager. You, Me, I, Us, etc. in the title I chose Only When It's Us by Chloe Lees. Recommended to me I chose Daughter of No Worlds by Carissa Broadbent, and this was recommended to me and gifted to me by Josh Reeds on TikTok. I'll link him in the description. Then a book I've been putting off, The 7 Year Slip by Ashley Poston. Over 500 pages, When the Moon Hatched by Sarah A. Parker, and Autumn, All In by Jennifer Lynn Barnes. This is potentially one of the biggest TBRs I've ever had. Just ever. It's so big. I'm terrified, but also very excited to go into my autumn reads. And we got a lot of fantasy on there, which to me is perfect for autumn. So, thank you so much for watching. I'm sorry if this is a long one. I hope you enjoyed, and I will see you in the next one.